Court delivers final judgment on Governor Ganduje's bribery case. A suit filed by a Kano-based lawyer, Bulama Bukati, seeking an order of the court compelling the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) to investigate Governor Abdullahi Ganduje for allegedly receiving a kickback from a contractor has been dismissed by a federal high court sitting in Kano. Niger News reports that the Federal High Court sitting in Kano, northern Nigeria, dismissed the case on Monday afternoon, December 16, for lack of evidence. This online news platform records that the Kano-based lawyer had approached the court seeking an order compelling the EFCC to provide a report of its forensic investigation analysis of the said video allegedly showing Ganduje receiving a kickback from an unknown contractor. However, presiding over the matter today, Justice Egwatu ruled that even though where the affidavit deposed to is not countered, it is deemed admitted. The evidence therein must be cogent and verifiable. Justice Egwatu held that the provisions of Freedom of Information Act 2011 require that information requested must be a public record and in the custody of the instruction of the organization so requested from. The presiding judge thereafter dismissed the case on the grounds that the evidence before the court has not shown that the EFCC has the record of the forensic analysis of the bribery video allegations. Justice Egwatu noted that the report ought to be given to the Kano State of Assembly and ad hoc committee set up to investigate the matter. So guys, this is just the latest. I just think that this is a well planned and finished case because, according to the law, that a governor and the deputy, the president and the vice president, that they cannot be probed or whatever while they are in office, but they can be investigated pending when they are out of the office. After then they can, that whatever the report that comes out of the investigation cannot be used to start the trial or whatever. So I think in this case now, and the lawyer, the Kano-based lawyer Bulama Bukati, seeking an order of the court to compel the EFCC to investigate Governor Ganduje, which they later did. But now, with what we have heard now, there is no evidence according to them. So the one word is that there's no evidence. So even after his tenure, there is nothing like okay, they want to continue with the case. So that is the end of the whole thing because it lacks evidence. Also, the other time when they were asked, it's the court that said the House of Assembly should not even investigate the whole thing. But I think because of this Bulama Bukati seeking the order of the court for EFCC to investigate, which they have done, but with what they have seen and with what we have heard, there is no case anywhere, no evidence, and that's the end of the case. This is Nigeria for you. So I don't know how they are going to do it again, or if there's anything, whether there's going to be a kind of appeal in this case. I wouldn't know, but from the Federal High Court sitting in Kano, that there is no evidence, that it lacks evidence. So that means everybody has to go back and continue with their business. The man has a clean record. So this issue of people most of the time referring to Ganduje, Gandola, what the court is now saying is that there's no evidence. Like I said, I don't know whether there's going to be any appeal. The more you look, the less you see in this country. Really? Like seriously? No worries. And someone is saying here, we all should troop to Kano to join Gandola in Thanksgiving service. Buhari has scored another own goal on the fight of corruption. That's what somebody is saying. And someone is, so Buhari is the judge. Please check your brain. And what is the name of the judge again? Hausa Abi? The Gestapo arrest of judges and the way and the manner CJA Onoe was removed sent fears to the remaining judges to play along or get the same treatment. It seems that you can't read between the lines. The tyrant Buhari is now the complainant, the prosecutor, and the judge. Take it or you leave it. That's what somebody is saying here. Someone says the international community should please come and help us in Nigeria. Judiciary have destroyed Nigeria as a country. They now collect money to rule against the people. The lawyer or the judge certificate should be withdrawn by the awarding institution. What a lawless nation. Someone say expected that it's not really a surprising thing that it's been it was expected that this kind of a thing it will go in this direction. There's no need because now he's going to stay there for 4 years and do whatever he wants to do. So there will be no fear of any kind that after his tenure any cases will be waiting for him, just like a Fayose. In the case of Fayose, the same thing the AFCC was up and doing, and there was no rest. And at the end of the day, even before he handed over power after he finished his tenure, they were on his case. They were like, but up to now, we don't even know how far they have really gone. But in this case of a Ganduje, they even told the House of Assembly, State of Assembly, that don't want that to investigate. They gave them another to stop the investigation. If not because of this Bukati that still pressed forward that, the investigation must be carried out. But even at the end of the day, they say the whole thing lacks evidence. Wait till you see koro like this. It's a well, you. Honestly, it's a well. Someone say if na Igbo man now, Buhari go send down to prison. All this go end. Ndiamera ended. So Buhari must end one day. And that was why Nnamdi Kanu said it has to be, everything has to be, you have to play the whole thing equally. Everybody must be treated equally. And I said, even when Nnamdi Kanu said, he's going to expose all this, I say exposing them is not the issue. Nigerians know all of those people in one way or the other. Nigerians know all those people everywhere. It's cut across board. We know all of them. But if they are ready to do anything, they will do. If they are not ready, and see what is happening now, if they are ready to follow the case to the letter, they will do that. But irrespective of the names that you call, irrespective of a petition you are going to write, if they are not ready, if the person is part of them, nothing will happen unless if you are not in their good record, in their book, good book. That is when it will be as if they want to do their job, or they will use that person as a scapegoat. They know all of these people, whether he mentions their name or he does not mention their name. Nigerians know them already, and there is nothing they are going to do. There is nothing anybody can do about it. And I'm sure that was somebody from comment section here saying, it is only they are calling on international community to come and help Nigeria. Of course, they will not come because they will be laughing. It is not their jurisdiction. They can only talk. Just with what happened to Showorena, they are saying, UK, US, and EU should just mind their business. They should not interfere. They should do this and that. They are a sovereign country and sovereign states that everybody should stay in their lane. That's what is happening. So we are still going to be pressing forward. We are still going to be talking. We are still going to be protesting until we get the desired results. That is just it. But like we know, the more you look, the less you see. And someone says here, nobody should complain. Rule of law is the answer. Imagine case with video swept offline. Buhari cried out. Nobody supported him because of hatred. Finding a solution to a problem is also a problem. God bless Buhari 4 times a day. After all the judge has collected. After all, the judge has collected his own share of dollar. APC is really, really working. Judiciary under Buhari has denied every right of Nigerians. The whole organ has been hijacked and enslaved to dance to the tune of APC government. This is the government of tyrants. This is robbery. Judiciary is finished. It is as if the judge delivered the judgment under duress. He is being panicked and fear that his life could be in dangerous situation. The judge doesn't want to die. The judge is fearing for being assassinated. Honestly, it is well. Someone say no need to cry out. This is Nigerian politics at best. What evidence are they looking for? Charge and bail judge. Northern is power walking. If it is an Igbo man, now 12 years imprisonment. Jolly Nyame, Joshua Dariye, and Oji Kalu are in prison. I just hope it's not what I'm thinking, because what evidence is more than a video? Let's fear God. The president said before, if you could remember, if you could recall, saying that he doesn't know the technology they use in that video. He said he doesn't know the technology. For him to have even made mention of that technology, talk about technology, that's to tell you that they believe that the video is a doctored video, or it was doctored. He said he doesn't know the technology, that You know, maybe he would have collected the money by himself, but he doesn't know the technology they use, meaning he doesn't believe it. And since that, a lot of people have said, no, oh, that is, the case is just dead on arrival. There is nothing anybody can do about it. Some people are like, oh, this evidence, this video, no, nobody can dispute it. But clear and clear, they say there is no evidence, nothing, no evidence, no matter what you want to bring, koro, even if they catch you koro like this, they will still tell you physically it's a doctored touching. Somebody touches you, they say it's doctored. So that's just it. The more you look, the less you see. If the video cannot be a good evidence, then what's going to be an evidence again? So that's what we say. That's how we are going to be rolling in this country. There's something, the way they do it, it's just give and take. Sometimes they will just do some things, they will not say, oh, everybody will not, judiciary is working. Judiciary is the hope of the common man. But majority of all these things that are happening, just like 2%, they will just try to be, to do the right thing. But the 98%, nothing. And that's why they will now be telling you, when it is not in their favor, they will now be crying that democracy is not this. It's a lie, because that is just the way it is. People should not just even be happy, even if they do some things rightly at some point, but don't just take it, that way, because they know how they are going to come back to take. It's just like a devil giving you one thing and taking about 20 or 100 things from you. That's just the way it's being played as we can see. So guys, I would like to hear from you. Leave your comments below concerning this lack of evidence of a Ganduje alleged bribery video. But now the man is a clean man. But let's say your own take. Bye.